Hey guys, how's it going? Got a bit of spare time today, so I thought I'd just show you how I have built this 360 spinning mount rig for my helmet, which doesn't have a hole in the helmet. It is clipped on with a standard GoPro clip. So I'll just disassemble this and show you all its components. Right, so this is completely disassembled. This is my second attempt at building one of these. My previous one had like all the same stuff here apart from this part on top of the helmet, which I will now just disconnect. So originally I had a hole going through the top of my helmet with this piece bolted straight through it, but that was getting annoying for me to have to, like, use my fingers on the nuts and remove it and attach every time I wanted to use it. I just wanted to be able to, have it pre-made and just clip it on with a standard GoPro clip. So I redesigned it. This is the main swiveling part. Basically it's just made out of parts I could find lying around my workshop where I work at Auto Sound and Security. A few bits of plastic and some metal, and I've actually got a skateboard bearing in there as well, and then obviously a short right angle adapter comes with the GoPros. Basically it's just a bolt going through all this, through the bearing and then into the bottom of this part. So I'll just hold this with my knees. So it obviously spins this way, and then when the bar is in here it is able to rotate like that as well. So that's just how it's not perfectly, like a bearing. It's a wee bit stiff, but once you've got all the weight of the GoPro, the pole and the counterweight on there, it spins pretty freely. So first thing is that this attaches on the top of the helmet, just like that, where I've got my curved adhesive mount. That pops on like that. After that, it is a matter of inserting this here using a short thumb screw. That part is on. So now this part is just on here and spinning. Now the pole, this is just basically like a $3 monopod thing that I bought off Trade Me, which is designed to take a tripod mount on the top. It happens to have a 1/4 inch thread at the bottom of it, which is really handy. So it extends quite long. I don't use it the full length because it ends up with a way too wide angle. You can barely see me in the frame, especially with the super view of the GoPro Hero 4. And as you can see here, just in the middle of this section, I've got a hole drilled through it, which happens to be the same diameter as that bolt that I've got going through the top of the plastic pieces there. And this just basically ends up in there, resting exactly on that, pretty much all the way just on that bolt. And I adjust the length of it once it was all set up to make it counterbalanced. So I'll just attach that now. Okay, so now this spins quite easily, and this rotates, pivots up and down like that really easily as well. So now it's a matter of just attaching the GoPro, attaching the counterweight, and adjusting the length of it. So the counterweight it's basically just an attachable claw thing with a 1/4 inch mount in it. So that one would normally take a tripod mount as well, but I've used it to attach to the bottom of this. And this was originally designed to clamp onto obviously roll bar arms and maybe bicycle frames and things like that, but it works really well for this use. Just got a massive hunky bolt in there to act as extra weight steel, so that's pretty heavy. So now I'll just thread that into the back of here like that, and then this thing, just tighten this part to make sure it's nice and tight there. So now it's all heavy at that end, and now attaching the GoPro to the top end here. Just a large thumb screw here going through the tripod mount. And the reason I'm filming this whole video on my Hero 2 is because I would only really use my Hero 4 on this mount, and the reason for that is because with these spinning arm mounts you don't want to have any of this ugly stuff in the shot, which is why the Hero 4 Silver, or if you've got like a Hero 3 with an LCD touch backpack, it's really handy. Or you can use the iOS app, but I don't know if you can see on the screen there, but so now I'm able to adjust the camera's angle back far enough so that we don't have any of that mechanism in there. Maybe just the beginning of it, so I can mainly only see the helmet and everything below it, which will be my body when I'm using it, but no arm and no swivel mechanism in there. So now it's like really badly balanced. It's all just heavy at this end, and it's just a matter of, in this particular situation, slotting some of these sections back in so that it's counterbalanced perfectly. So first thing I look at is seeing if I want the camera this far away. That is pretty far away. I think I'd like to see myself a bit closer up, maybe see some of the stickers like GoPro and Fosgate and things like that on my helmet. So I'm going to push this closer in, if I can do it with one hand, which I can't, so I'm going to do it with two hands. Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with that. So now I can quite clearly see just the helmet at the top of the screen. Doesn't move. If I tap the screen, yep, it's back alive. So now that I've got that camera exactly where I want it, I'm going to push this weight further in so that it counterbalances pretty much perfectly. So if I go all the way, oh, that happens to be almost perfect. So if I go out a bit too much, yeah, it falls in. If I go all the way in, I might have the camera just a wee bit too close. I might need to make the camera a wee bit further away, just so I've got a bit more adjustability. Okay, so now it's falling towards the camera side, so I just need to pull the counterweight out a tiny bit. There we go. No, it's still a bit too much on the camera side. That's a bit better. So now when I spin it, it doesn't really want to fall either way. Now, just got to get the camera. The one downside to this design that I've got, and I'm considering building a new one, is that with these sections, it has the ability to spin like this. So I just want to get that lined up nice and vertical initially, and then all I can really do is hope for the best that it stays that way as I'm filming. But I am considering building a new boom, which will be solid state, that doesn't pip, swivel or anything like that. Will be one standard length, already pre-made, no adjusting or anything needed. But so that's pretty much it, all set up and ready to go. Ooh, it might need a wee bit more adjusting. No, that's good. No, it needs just a wee bit more, wee bit less at the weight end. That's better. Okay. So now I'm going to power up the 4. Recording. And this is in 1080p Super View, so that's why, even though the camera is actually really close to it, you can see a hell of a lot. Like you can see on this camera, this is where the GoPro is and this is my phone is. I can see the phone on the edge of the screen in here. That's a almost 170 degree, 175 degree angle there, so that Super View works really, really well. Alright, let's chuck it on my head, take it out for a spin. As I come outside, I can walk around and spin. The camera stays in relatively the same place, but you get that nice spinning effect. I can spin it. simple click. Like that. And my helmet's back to looking like a standard helmet if I don't want to wear it, if I want to mount it just on the front there, or even just a top mounted GoPro, you know, ready to go. And this thing can just I can keep this compacted down that small, doesn't take up too much space, keep it under the bed, whatever, and then it's ready to go when I want it. Cheers for watching, guys. If you like this video, subscribe and share the video, and I'll make more on some of the custom mounts that I've made. Bye.